Scraptrap is one of the most hated characters in all of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think that's unjust and evil, because I like Scraptrap. You've seen the title of this video. And now, I'm going to talk about why they're wrong and Scraptrap's actually really cool. The first and most obvious reason people hate him is because of his design. Because he does look ridiculous when you're looking at his render, and inaccurate. He has feet now. Most of his design elements don't work because that's not how humans work. His skeleton has ears, and ears don't have bone in them, and everyone hates him for it. But I think that's stupid, because most FNAF animatronics do not look good when you look at the render. Look at Nightmare Bonnie, or any of the other nightmares. They don't look scary at all. But when you see them in game, because you only see what Scott wants you to see from the renders that he made. And you never see all of the stuff wrong with these characters. And that is the same as Scraptrap. In every render of Scraptrap, Scraptrap is terrifying and intimidating. And Scraptrap does look like Springtrap's final form. I really like this design from what we see from it. I think his skull just sticking out of his helmet is terrifying. You can really see that there is a man in there. Because in FNAF 3 we questioned it because we didn't know until the end of the game. But it seems like Scott really took full advantage of the fact that we know that there is a guy in that suit, and he showed it off. We can see his skull just sticking out. We see his actual human teeth inside of the mask behind the bunny teeth. The buck teeth are one of the most hated things about him, but I really like the buck teeth. I feel like they show the cartooniness of what Spring Bonnie is supposed to be, and with the contrast of the fake teeth underneath and just the whole skull underneath the mask, I feel like it works. And where his missing arm is, we see part of his bone just sticking out, looking like a spike that he could just stab us with if he wanted to. This Scraptrap design is terrifying, and I feel like no moment in Five Nights at Freddy's will ever be better than the moment where we start up another salvage night, not knowing what we'll see, but just knowing that we're for sure gonna see something. And then sitting in the chair and seeing the main antagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, who was thought to be dead, just sitting right in front of us, with his hollow blacked out eyes. And then later having to face off against him again, after we already beat him in FNAF 3. That moment was just shocking. Then something that's definitely not very important, but still angers me, is that Scraptrap has no merch. None at all. I think he is one of the only characters who doesn't have any merch at all in all of Five Nights at Freddy's. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that has no merch are like Phantom Chica and the rest of the Phantoms, besides Phantom Foxy for some reason. Even Stuffed Freddy from the Game Over screen from FNAF 1 has merch, but Scraptrap has nothing, which is sad because I would definitely buy merch from him. I'm hoping this will change soon though, because Jazzwares, who I really like their plushies, only have the Wave 1 ones, but I really like them. They're very high quality. They just announced a Lefty plush, so there is a chance. I know Lefty's just a recolor of Freddy, but there is a chance for Scraptrap after they make Springtrap. And Spring Bonnie was already made. The only thing that I can kind of find that kind of resembles him is this Springtrap figure. Just because it's Springtrap and its name is Afton, which is Springtrap's canon name. But I think it's more supposed to be William Afton from the books, from when he got Springlocked, because it's from the same series that the Twisted ones were from. But that does lead me to my next point. Scraptrap's canon name is Afton. His official name is Afton. Scraptrap has never been said officially. Scraptrap's just like a fan name. It's like Glitchtrap, where his real name is Malhair, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it is anymore, but officially it used to be Malhair. And Scraptrap's official name is Afton. You can even see it in Ultimate Custom Night. His name is Afton. And I think that's cool. It adds more to my point about this being the final form of William Afton, because he's not going by a Springtrap name or anything like that anymore. He's not going with a fake name with that anymore. He is himself now. He is Afton. We are facing off against William Afton himself. What I also love about Scraptrap is this is the first time we really see Springtrap's voice. The only time we've ever even heard Afton speak before this was the intro scene of Sister Location, and that game sucked ass. But in this game, we hear him, and he has the same persona he has in the movie and in the Dead by Daylight DLC, where he just is so happy to be here. And he's just so evil. He is a cartoon supervillain. Which is also another reason I think people hate Scraptrap, was it was the first to do this. So people were mad because they didn't think this is how he was. But this is just how William Afton is. William Afton is a theater kid in a fursuit who wants to kill. That's just who he is. And Scraptrap embodies that perfectly. This is also when he first gave the line,
"I always come back,"
which at first was a Chucky reference, which I do appreciate. But it kind of turned into too much, where now he just coming back over and over again. Scraptrap should have died here in FNAF 6, because Scraptrap was the perfect final form of William Afton. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And subscribe. Goodbye.